The 10,079th meeting of the Security Council is called to order.
Russia has asked for the floor.
The provisional agenda for this meeting is non-proliferation. The agenda is adopted. The representative of the Russian Federation has asked for the floor. I give them the floor.
Mr. President, we have to take the floor for a point of order due to attempts by some delegations to push the Security Council into committing a gross violation of its decisions and procedures. Western colleagues are trying to pass today's meeting off as a regular biannual discussion under the non-proliferation agenda item to consider the implementation of Security Council Resolution 2231 and to discuss the relevant report of the UN Secretary General. The Russian Federation categorically rejects such approaches. For those who are particularly forgetful, I'd like to remind you that all provisions of 2231 have ceased to be in effect since the 18th of October 2025, around the 10th anniversary of the day of the adoption of the JCPOA. On that day, the Security Council stopped its consideration of the Iranian nuclear program, and the non-proliferation agenda item was taken off the list of matters covered by the Security Council. These consensus-based decisions were enshrined in the text of 2231. References to procedures for removing items from the agenda of the Council that are enshrined in Presidential Note 507 are not relevant here. Along with the expiration of the validity of 2231, logically, the Presidential Note S 2016-44 has also lost its relevance, in compliance with which the UN Secretary General every 6 months prepares a report on its implementation and the Security Council discusses it. Neither the Secretariat nor the UN Security Council have relevant mandates anymore, therefore. The unfelicitous attempts by Western members of the Security Council to create the impression that today's meeting is routine clearly demonstrates the fact that the current president have not managed to ensure the inclusion of this in the Security Council's programme of work for December 2025. Dear colleagues, the convening by the UK and France and its support team in the Security Council, the convening of this meeting, has nothing to do with the mandated reporting cycle of the Council. It is nothing more than a blatant attempt to convince the international community that the Euro Troika has harnessed a mechanism to restore the anti-Iranian resolutions of the Security Council. The so-called swap-back mechanism and Resolution 2231 apparently still remains in force. With their desire to push forward their agenda, they are prepared to deepen the divide in the Security Council, not only politically, but also on legal and procedural matters too. In this context, it is disappointing that our Slovenian colleagues were not able impartially to uphold their presidential obligations and prevent the holding of a non-existent meeting in terms of the Security Council's agenda. Their preparedness to act at the behest of the initiator of today's discussion is a flagrant violation of the decisions that the Security Council has previously taken upon itself and undermines its authority. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for his comments. The representative of China has asked for the floor. I give them the floor.
President, China supports Russia's position. I wish to point out that the snapback mechanism invoked by the E3 contains legal and procedural loopholes, and the Security Council has not reached consensus on whether the E3 has the authority to activate the mechanism. Resolution 2231 expired on October 18, and the Council had ceased its considerations on the Iranian nuclear issue. The Secretary General should cease submitting further reports on the implementation of Resolution 2231. Certain countries are forcing Council meetings on issues that have been concluded. This serves only to undermine the authority of the Council resolutions, damage the Council unity, and exacerbate disagreements and differences. China expresses its grave concern about this. China calls on the Council members to earnestly implement the measures related to the termination date of Resolution 2231, uphold the Council authority and credibility of multilateral diplomacy, and create favorable conditions for political settlement of the Iranian nuclear issue. I thank you, President.
I thank the representative of China for his comments. The representative of the United Kingdom has asked for the floor. I give them the floor.
Thank you, President. We reject the points made just now by Russia and China. Today's meeting is fully in line with the decisions and procedure of this Council. The United Kingdom, alongside France and Germany, triggered the snapback procedure in full accordance with Security Council Resolution 2231. We did so because of Iran's significant non-performance of its commitments under the JCPOA. As Russia and China know, the snapback process completed on 28th of December